supposed to be clear. I think those things that I mentioned there, it's in the last class, is in the video. Go back and check it out together with your workbook so you could be abreast of things. Okay? All right. How are we going there so far? Any question?
The final one was reflect and adjust, correct?
Yes, yes. Yes, that's it. That's it. All right. So let's jump into our session now tonight is surpassing expectations. All right. This one is surpass. Okay. Now, if we're going to surpass expectation, remember all these are connected to what? Transcendent. This is the gate. Okay. So surpassing expectation and achieving mastery in your field, it's essential to adopt techniques that push you beyond your limits. I'm going to say it again. It's imperative, it's important to adopt techniques that's going to push you beyond your limits. Because if you're going to surpass, you need something to stretch you. You need something to push you. This is why I encourage each one of you, make sure that at the end that you have a mentor, you have a coach, somebody to be able to push you. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about the techniques to push you beyond your limits. So this involves what? Setting stretch goals. I want somebody to text that there for me. Stretch goals. Now, you hear about goals, long-term goals, short-term goals. But in this aspect, we want to talk about stretching goals. That's one. Engaging in strategic planning. That's two. And regular reflecting and adjusting your strategies. Okay? Are you with me there still? Do you want me to repeat it or you have it down?
Yeah, repeat it, please.
Okay, sure. All right. So again, let me just back it up again. We are looking at surpassing expectations. Okay? And achieving mastery in your field is essential, I said to you. This is essential because remember, we are going to mastery, we are going to dominion. Remember, we haven't reached the concept of dominion yet, but we are building, we are climbing. And I'm saying to you in this class that it's important to adopt what techniques that push you beyond your limits. Okay, so these are techniques that are going to move you from your comfort zone. On the last class, we said your comfort zone is your broke zone. Okay, so you're comfortable. Yes, you're making 50,000, but there's another level. There's something called 90,000. There's something called 100,000. There's something called 500,000. And whenever people start to tap into a realm or a level that they have never tapped into before, there's a tendency to get comfortable. Okay? But you cannot be comfortable because you're going to what? To mastery. Okay? So these are the techniques you're going to adopt. We talk about, this is what we call techniques to push you beyond your limits. This involves what? Setting stretching goals. Somebody texted there for me. Stretching goals. What kind of goals? Stretching goals. Okay. Then you want to engage now, engaging in strategic planning. So you have planning, but then you have strategic planning. These are structured planning for a specific area that you want shift. It's called strategic planning. That's number two. Then the third one, we said regular reflecting. And then the fourth is adjusting your strategies. Okay? Now, let's talk about techniques for surpassing professional and personal goals. Okay, so if you're taking notes, just jot that down for me. Techniques for surpassing professional and personal goals. Okay, now, I mentioned to you about stretching goals. All right, stretching goals, challenge yourself with high-reaching goals. And I want to go in on this a little bit. Okay, now, this is what you will have to do. Remember I said to you on one of the sessions, I said, when you're making these steps got to be intentional. It got to be intentional. So you are the one that is going to set these stretching goals. So for instance, if you could reach, let's say you reach from 1 to 10, 10, you could reach 5, okay? 5, you're reaching 5. If you're going to set a stretching goal, then most of the times you have to double. Okay, so for instance, this month you're making 50,000, okay? You want to stretch it, either you double it or you put a quarter on it or you go 75. But you set a figure that will stretch you, okay? It's going to pull you because you are comfortable with the 50,000. Okay, it's easy to make 50,000. But now I want something to stretch me. So then and I want to explain this to you. So take for instance, if I'm selling books and 20 books will make me $50,000. Just hypothetically I'm speaking, right? So 20 books will give me $50,000. Then if I'm going to stretch myself to make 100,000, then guess what I need to do? I need to double the 20 into 40, or I may stretch it now into 50. Okay? Because I already know that 20 could give me 50, and I'm comfortable with that. So if I'm stretching, I'm going to double the books. Then if I'm going to 20 stores to distribute those books, those 20 books, now if I'm stretching, I double it to 40, and then instead of going to 20 stores, how much stores I will go to? I will go to 40 stores, I will go to 50 stores. So you notice now how in every aspect is going to double up. Okay? That's that's the concept when we talk about stretching goals. Because as long as you have stretching goals, it's going to cause you to adjust in every area. You're going to make adjustment into every area. So you're not going to say, all right, I'm going to sell 40 books and I'm going to go by the same 20 people. Okay? You have to double up. So let's go now into it. Was that clear, folks? Just give me a thumbs up if that is clear. All right? So stretching goals are ambitious targets or ambitious targets that push you out of your comfort zone. So you're setting a target that is going to push you out of your comfort zone and require now for you to leverage your full potential. So which means now it's going to cause you to tap into more that is in you. Well, remember I said full potential, which means, remember, potential is power that is latent but not tapped into as yet. So then you have the ability there, but you haven't challenged yourself to tap into what you have. Okay, but when you set stretching goals, you make adjustment to challenge yourself to tap into potential that you have, but you don't know yet. Is that making sense, somebody? Okay, right. So these goals are designed to encourage growth. Take note of this. These goals are designed to encourage growth and innovation by demanding more than your current capabilities. So guess what, John? Guess what, Gerald? It's going to make you uncomfortable. Right? Because it's moving you out of your comfort zone. So it's going to pull you now into things that you don't normally do. Because guess what? You are normally going to 20 persons. But now you have to go to 40. So guess what? When you reach 20, your whole entire being will shut down because you reach the mark you're accustomed reaching. So then you now will have to stretch yourself to go to 25, 30, 35, 40. That's what we're talking about stretch. Okay? How many of you are willing to get stretched? Wonderful, wonderful. I see John as well. Wonderful, wonderful. All right? So these goals, as I said before, is designed to encourage growth and innovation by demanding more than your current capabilities. All right? Now, in this whole concept, I hope that you all are seeing the need to have a coach or mentor to challenge you or to push you. Okay? Don't get a mentor that you can manipulate around your finger, please. Please. Get a mentor that is going to encourage you to go forward. Get a mentor. When you say no, they will say yes. Because most time people get mentor to compromise with the lackadaisical behavior. All right. So let's talk about steps now for stretching goals. Are you ready for this? What are some of the steps for stretching goals? Number one, identify aspirational targets. Let's talk about that. Okay. So I'm going to give you the points, and then I'm going to give you a definition to it. Okay. So let's go. Number one is what? Identify aspirational targets. Number two, ensure flexibility. Number three, break down the goals. And number four, stay motivated. So these are the 4 steps for stretching goals. Now let's break it down. Number one, identify aspirational targets, which means now you want to define goals that are significantly higher than your current achievements. Okay? So you will not set goals that you are accustomed with. You're going to define goals that are significantly higher than your current achievement. Okay, because remember, if your my current achievement is 20 books, $50,000, 20 books, I can close my eye and do it. But now I want stretching goals. I want 100,000, and so I have to double up on the books, and I have to double up on the customers. Okay, so goals that are significantly higher. All right, and then now, so that's identify those goals. So you need to identify those goals. That's one. Number two, ensure flexibility. Let's talk about that. Which means while challenging, stretch goals should still be within the realm of possibility with effort and creativity. You know what I'm saying? So although it's challenging, okay, you want to ensure that these stretching goals should be within the realm of possibility, because you don't want to set it too far. Like for instance, if I say 20, I want to double it up. Okay, I don't want to go to 100. Then the tendency will happen is that I will become frustrated. So I'm taking it in increments. I'm taking it in increments. 1 step, a little, 2 step, 3 step. Okay, because you don't want to bite off too big, because it will challenge you. You may not have the tenacity to handle it as yet. So you're building it on the inside. You're building tenacity there. So ensure the challenging goals, stretch goals are what? Should be within the realm of possibility with effort and creativity. Notice those 2 words I say, with effort and with creativity. Then the third point now, what it is, you want to break down the goals. Break down the goals. Remember, we spoke about long-term, short-term. But these stretching goals now, you want to break it down, which means you divide the large goal into small, manageable tasks and to create a clear path to achievement. Now, hear me with this. You want to be able to map this out. These things are structured. Okay, you want to have it like clockwork. So you want to be able to chart it out, draw it out. Okay, don't leave it in your head, Jacqueline. Okay, you want to move it from your head and you want to get it on the paper. We say think it and what? Ink it. That's it. Okay, so you want to break it down. You take the large. Let me make it flexible, you know. So my large is 50,000. Okay, but then what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to divide it in what? From the large into small, manageable. So I'm going to take that 50 now, because remember, I'm making 25,000. Okay, now I want to go to 50. So I'm going to take the 50 and I could break it up into 5,000. Or I could break it up into 10,000. Okay, and I could give it a time span over a month period, because remember, I want to do this every month. I'm already making 25,000 a month. Okay, I'm adding on 25 to that. I'm adding on the number of customers I'm going to. Okay, I add on the number of books that I can make it because I already do the calculation. So I'm implementing stretching goals to this. And I'm saying, I'm going to break down this goal. So I'm going to break down the goal into 10. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 5 pieces. Okay, so then it becomes more. What it becomes? It becomes smaller. It becomes manageable. Okay, manageable. So it becomes a manageable task, a clear path for achievement. So I could take that 5 and break it down into 5 every week. Are you there with me? Okay. Then the 4th point with steps to stretching goals is what? Stay motivated. This is important. You got to stay self-motivated. Why? Because now you want to maintain a positive mindset. Okay. And remind yourself of the potential rewards and the personal growth that comes with achieving those goals. Okay. How you do that? You keep the big picture in front of you. It's 50. Okay. It's 50,000 at the end of the month. That's the big picture, John. All right. Okay. So it's big. So you want to have that mindset. Now, remember, I always say to you that we're doing these goals. You want to go there before you get there. Okay. You want to what? Go there before you get there. You want to see there. This is why having a picture of the end result in your present state is critical. Those are the things that are going to motivate you. Okay? Those are the things that will keep you to maintain a positive mindset, and it's going to remind yourself of the potential rewards at the end because you're going to be rewarded. Yes, I have to go to more customers, but in my mind, guess what? I'm going to be rewarded. Okay? Now, this is where folks, your why have to be big enough. Let me talk to you. This is where your why got to be big enough. Because although we are discussing it, sometimes you could be discouraged. You're going to be challenged. It's not a walk in the park. But when you are faced with what? Challenges and obstacles, you know these are learning experience. Okay? But when I think about my why, it motivates me, it pushes me. Yes, I don't want to go to the next house. I don't want to make the next phone call. I don't want to tell the customers. I don't want to put up the flyers. I don't want to make the call. But when I think about the why, hey, I make the calls. I make 20 calls just to get 5. Is it making sense, folks? All right, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's go to the all right. Let's talk about a strategic planning, create detailed plans for achieving goals. Let's talk about that. Remember, we talk about the goal aspect. We talk about now we talk about stretching goals. Now let's go now into strategic planning. Okay, strategic planning, which means now this is basically creating a detailed plan for achieving the goal. So you wanna put pen to paper and you want to create that plan. You want to have it down and you want to know it like clockwork. Okay. Now, strategic planning involves creating a comprehensive, actionable plans and outline. All right. Outline the steps needed to achieve your goals. So you want to be able to do step 1, step 2, and you want to be able to mark out what I'm doing this week, what I'm doing next week, 4 weeks in a month. Okay. So I must have a plan for week 1, for week 2, week 3. And in the plan, okay, I want to know how much books I'm going to sell in the first week. I want to know the customers I'm going to call in that week. And I want to document everything. I know in this week, have 7 days, or let's say 6 working days. I want to know how much folks I'm going to call on a Monday, how much call I'm going to make on a Tuesday. Okay, so I already mapped this out and I set it down. So I know if I have to get 5 books sell on Monday, I know I have to make 50 calls. Is it making sense? Now, I'm using this because I want to show you how detailed success is. And if you're not willing to be detailed and to be involved, it's going to take long. Okay, but what it is you are doing, you are building consistency. consistency breeds result. Okay, you are building also discipline. And as long as you build that discipline with that plan and that strategy, you can close your eyes, it's going to work. It's clockwork. It's clockwork. The numbers, this is what I'm saying, folks. The numbers